Hi, this is author Hope Ford with Short Story Side Hustle. Today I'm going to show you how to format your book for Amazon using the Kindle Create add-in. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing that you will do is install the Kindle Create add-in app. Once you do that, if you open Word, it will show up here in the ribbon and it will say Kindle. So you will open your book file that you are wanting to format, and you'll notice here that I do not do any indentions, margin size. I don't worry about any of that. I do have it separated by chapters just so I know where the breaks are. To get started, what you will do is click on the Kindle and it will open the ribbon. Click Get Started. Select a theme. There's four different themes here that you can choose, and I'm just going to go ahead and choose Modern, but you can choose any of the ones that you like. Trim options. This also prepares your book for print, so you can choose 6x9 or 8.5x11. I'm going to choose a 6x9, and then you click Finish. It then optimizes your book, and it goes pretty quick. You'll see then that it does indentions, margin size. It does a whole lot of the formatting for you. Now, the first thing that you will do is I just put my cursor right here before the chapter, and I'm going to put Insert Template Page and then Book Title Page. Once that inserts it, you just highlight the book title, and all I do is double click, and then you would just type in your book title. Then for book subtitle, most of my books have a subtitle, so you would just highlight it and then insert your subtitle. Okay, then for author name, you just double click it and then you would type in your author name. Okay, next you go down here and I just put the cursor before the chapter. Put Insert Template Page, and then we're going to insert a copyright. I like to go ahead and highlight this and go to Home and then just change the size to 12, just so it's uniform throughout. Okay, once you do that, this is just a generic copyright, and you would just go through and change all of the information. I'm going to do this really quickly. Do make sure that you do change it. I have put it up before where it says author name instead of my name. If you have an editor, you would want to put that here. You would change this, and you would put in your website address, printed in the United States, and first printing. You would make sure that you have the right date, name of company, and ISBN. If you're uploading to Amazon, it will give you an ISB, it will give you a number. So you really don't need to do that right now because you don't have that, so you could just hit delete. I go ahead and just take out some of these spaces so that I can get it all on one page. Okay, so we have the title page and the copyright. Next thing we will do is we will format all of the chapters and subtitles. So in Kindle, there's two different ways you can do that. You can click on Book Body Elements and then choose Chapter Subtitle. The easiest way they make it really accessible is right here where it says Chapter Subtitle. So you can click anywhere in Chapter and then hit Chapter Title. For the subtitle, I do my books from two perspectives, the man and the woman. So I use the chapter subtitle for each of their names, just so I can make sure that I show it separate in the book. So if you click on her name and just click chapter subtitle, and I just go down and I find where it's separate. Now you'll see that this goes very quickly. One thing I do want you to notice is you will see that the margins are different. One page, this side will be bigger and this will be smaller, and then the next page, this side is bigger and this is smaller. When I first started doing this, I spent so much time trying to fix that because I thought there is no way that that is right. Well, it is right, because this file also prepares it for a book, a print book. So, you know, a print book is bound, and so the margins are different on each side. So what's really neat about this is that you're formatting for an ebook and a print book in the same file. So when you upload the ebook, it will look right, and then if you upload it to be printed, it will also look the way it's supposed to. And I think I'm almost done. Again, you can just go through here very quickly and do this. One thing this also does, some people use the chapter first paragraph, and if you want the chapter first paragraph to have like a drop case S there, then all you would do is put it right there where the S is and click on chapter first paragraph, and it drops that. A lot of people do that. I don't. Okay, the epilogue, I do treat that as a chapter. The 1 year later, sometimes in the epilogue you'll have 1 year later, 3 weeks later. I treat that as a chapter subtitle, and then I would do his name as a chapter subtitle. And about the author, that is something that I include in all of my books. Sometimes I put it in the front also. I treat that as a chapter title. And in the about the author, I do want to make sure that you make sure that your links work. To do a link, you would just copy it, right click, click link, and then you make sure that this is highlighted where it says existing file or web page, and then the address, you would just type in the URL address for Facebook, and then you would go through here and do the same for Instagram, your website. And some people, they put a list of their books in the back of each of their books with links to each of them. I do not do that. All I do is a link to my author page on Amazon, and that gives them access to all of my books. One thing that is really important is to make sure that you have an opt-in link for your newsletter. I talk about it on the blog how important that is, so please make sure that you do have a link to your newsletter. Okay. One thing that I do also, just a little tip, is the cover, the title page, the copyright, and the about the author. I actually create a separate file that is called front and back matter, and it's already formatted. So then what you can do is just copy and paste that into here, so you wouldn't have to go through here and link all of these each time that you create a book. That's just a little tidbit on how to do that. Okay. Once we have all of that separated, what we're going to do is we will scroll back up to the top, and I go after the copyright and before chapter 1, and you would click in to create a table of contents. You click insert template page, and then you click on table of contents. It automatically creates a table of contents for you. After that, you want to prepare it to be published for print. You would just click on prep for publish, insert page numbers, and then you would click on prep for publish again and insert headers. Now let's scroll down here just so we can see. Okay, there's the header, it has my name, and then on the right side it will have the book title's name, and then on each page number is listed at the bottom. After you have done that, you would click on Review and then click on Kindle Previewer. This will then ask you to save it. You want to make sure that you click Save. Once you do that, it is going to start to convert your book into a Kindle format. This shows you exactly how the book will look, and you can view it a few different ways. If you click over here on the left where it says device type, you can click to look at it on a tablet, on your phone, or on a Kindle reader. So once it loads, let's just go ahead and look at it from a Kindle e-reader. Okay, what I do is I just click on the arrow and I scroll through here to make sure that everything is correct, that I have all the chapter titles, the subtitles, that I have everything set and prepared. Of course, you're going to go through it a little bit slower than I will, just to make sure. Usually I do, but just for this video I'm going to go through here fast to show you. Okay, once all that is correct, I just exit out, and then I would just click save again, and this file is what I would upload into Amazon KDP to submit my book. One thing that I did want to talk about is blurbs. A lot of people have asked me why I do not have blurbs in my file on my books, and it's really a preference. You can either do it, either put it in there or not. The reason that I do not put it in this file is because I change my blurbs quite frequently. Just because if a blurb is not working and I know I need to change it, I do not want to go to this file, change it here, then go into Amazon KDP, re-upload the file, change the blurb in the Amazon KDP, like where you put the keywords in the blurb. I don't want to change it there. So what I do is I leave the blurb out of this file, and then if I need to change my blurb, I would go into the Amazon Author Central page, find this book, and you can edit the blurb right from there. And usually when you do it from there, sometimes it happens right away, sometimes it happens within an hour. But that's a lot better, a lot less steps for me than to have to change everything on the computer and then upload and do all of that. So that's just a little tip. Again, it's not necessary, it's just a preference of mine, but I do want to let you know about that. So I hope that you have learned how to format a book, and if you have any questions or any comments or anything, please feel free to send me an email. Thank you.